Yeah, did you guys do your homework? Yay! And we are live. I am officially live, and here we go. So, it's so great to see everybody. I am so glad that you're here. Do I have to have this unclicked? It's unclicked. I don't know if it'll show up unclicked or not. So welcome to the Saturday Six, and I'm so glad that you're here. Hopefully you will have some good things to share with me, and I will have some good things to share. Actually, I do have some good things to share with you. Woohoo! And yeah, I know it's 6:01, but it's so hard to be like, okay, I don't want to be too early, but I want to show my little, the thingy that I have. Um, so today I'm using, for this live stream, I used the same thumbnail that I had last time, which is from Montague Park, this picture that I took. But I have pictures to share with you because I did some traveling. And I'm hoping that we can sort of talk about, I'm going to change the thumbnail that I had to one of those pictures after the stream. So we can talk about which one might make the best thumbnail. Probably one of the horizontal ones because like the thumbnail will be horizontal. So that'll make sense. Anywho, I hope you have had a lovely couple of weeks. And so now I get to tell you about mine and then we can talk in the chat. So, Wolfie, I am so sorry to hear about the bug. Hopefully you're able to make friends, maybe, and, send it on its way. So, without further ado, I'm going to see if I can figure... okay, there we go. Can I scroll? Scroll. There we go. First things first. So over the last... Let's see, we drove up to Pennsylvania. We went most of the way on Thursday and a little bit on Friday. And I spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Pennsylvania visiting with family. And so that was really nice. It was actually my parents on this past Saturday, not today, but last Saturday, was my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. So that was really cool. And got together with some family to live in Pennsylvania, my older brother and sister, as well as some of their kin. And my two younger brothers came in, one from Indiana and one from California. So everybody kind of descended on Pennsylvania. And it was also really nice. It's been years since I've been up there. And there's a lot that's really similar between central Pennsylvania and northwest Georgia in terms of just sort of the feel of like the small towns and the sort of, but we also talked about like my family, we talked about how it's also different. Why do I have two audio inputs showing up? Oh well, I've got it. Let me make sure. Let me click on this button. Click audio input capture. How do I find out which one it is? It's not telling me that it's the... I'm clicking on the thing. It's not, the little button's not... Well, if you can't hear me, say so in the chat, because I'm assuming that y'all can hear me. At any rate, the towns are different. The buildings look different. You've got more two-story buildings and fewer, like, ranch houses. And they're really, the small towns have a different vibe down here. They're fewer, like, three-story buildings. And also, like, if you're from the north, the little arches and keystones above windows are almost non-existent down here in the south. All right, good. Well, OBS doesn't say that I've got the snowball connected, but I'm guessing it is. So since you can hear me, we might have stopped at the sheets, but I'm not really sure. But I am going to talk about some place that we did stop a little bit later. But let's see. I have pictures from going to visit family, which are out of order. But I think I can click on them in the order that I want to talk about them. So let me go over to my little pictures window. Is it pictures? I think it's pictures. Whoa, OBS is on top of it. Hey, there's OBS. I'm going to scoot over here so that you can also see my lovely face. And this is my necklace that my mommy got for me. So this is someplace that I haven't been since we lived up there, which is the state park that is in between Milton, where I grew up, and West Milton, where I was actually raised for the first few years of my life. So there are a lot of soccer fields there, and then you can go down and see the Susquehanna River. And it's really pretty. And on our way up to, up the river, we stopped there for, I don't know, maybe half an hour, not a long time. And we just walked down and sort of looked at bugs. There, I don't know if you can see over here. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Yeah, you can. You can kind of see my cursor. There are a whole lot of, like, what were they called? Like the little bugs that walk on the water. Water walkers? I don't know. There's a name for them. I can't think of it right now. Anyway, there are a whole bunch of them right there. And they're little teeny weeny fishies in the shallows. And they're over here. Lots of river rocks. So we spent a little time skipping stones. And that was nice. My husband is way better at it than I am. But we all practiced, and even my daughter got a couple of skips in as well. And I think it might have been her very first time skipping stones. So that was really nice. All right, going back to live stream. What's next? Oh, wait, one of these, I think it's this one. Nope, that's correct. Pictures. This one. Yeah, this one I'm mirrored. Let me fix that. Transform. Whoopsie. Whatcha! There we go. Okay, so now I won't have to wiggle quite as much. The things we do for love. I mean, you know. Okie dokie. Come on over here. There we are. Now, because I'm still in the picture thing. Whoops. Live stream. I'll get the hang of this one day, you guys. I promise. Eventually. Eventually, I'll be a veteran. So, visiting family. It was great to... Oh, wait. No, I take it back. Let me go back. No. Ah! Brain! There was another picture. Where's my other picture here? What? It's this one. There we go. A picture of my actual family. So, sitting on the chairs, I can't point to it. I'll have to use the cursor. So this is my youngest brother, Billy, and then so we went in order of age. So Billy's the youngest, and then Philip, and then me, and then Bonnie, and Eldon. And he's got his grandkids sitting on his lap. So those are not my siblings. And then in the back, there's my mom and dad, my husband, my daughter, and Bonnie's husband, and Eldon's girlfriend, and that is Bonnie's youngest grandchild. So we had some of the clan, not everybody, but we had a good bit there, and all of the siblings were there, and I haven't seen Bonnie and Eldon for some time. Philip lives a little bit closer, but Billy's all the way out in California. I haven't seen him in a while either. So I think that's all of them from the visiting family section. So there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the live stream. All right, so visiting family, that section. And we went to Perkins for dinner, and oh my goodness, like I gained 5 pounds while I was up in Pennsylvania just because I just ate. I ate stuff that I wanted to eat, and then I didn't really exercise much at all. I mean, we walked around downtown a little bit, but that was about it. All right, so next, some actual news. This was something that's really interesting. I would have loved to share that last month, but, out of town. Tokyo is recognizing same-sex partnerships. Japan is one of the few, I'll have the link in the description later on, but Japan is one of the only G7, I'm not really sure what that is, nation that nationally does not recognize same-sex partnerships or allow for civil partnerships or marriage. But Tokyo is not the first Japanese city to recognize this, but it is the biggest one. And of course, it's a big step forward for that. So the country seems to be moving in that direction, which is really encouraging, especially given some of the less encouraging things that we've seen in states for recently. Andrew, when we met up with my younger brothers and a friend of theirs, man, my younger brother's friend, Eric, he's really good at it. He got like 12 skips on one. Pretty amazing. Andrew, you'll have to show us a picture of your cat somehow. Not really sure how. Maybe if you send it to me, I can put it in the next one. And Andrew, I think this was also before the assassination, which there seems to be mixed feelings in Japan, depending on who you ask. It's a highly politicized, politicky type thing. All right, so next, scrolling through. Ah, yes. Sheetz is not what I was excited about. Wegmans, you guys. If you've never been to a Wegmans, and I did not, it's a grocery store, and I did not get pictures, but what I do have to share with you, I have my very last Cola Champagne. This is my favorite soda, and it is just, let's see. So I think, I'm going to have to look this up. Hang on just a minute. Let's see. How many calories in a 12-ounce Coke? There we go. Maybe it's the same. Okay, no, it's the same. Oh, Cherry Coke is more. 12 ounces? I swear to goodness, this used to be more. But it's like, it tastes like sunlight. It's just sweet, and it's got a unique flavor. And so after I got back, I went on the internet and I said, Internet, where can I buy this? And the internet said, not within 50 miles. I'm like, really? Nowhere within 50 miles can I get a Cola Champagne. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that sucker up, and this is going to be my lovely, refreshing beverage. There's like a hint of like banana and papaya. They actually do, Goya does make a banana flavored soda, but I didn't get that one. I don't know, can you see? Nope, this way. Kind of back there. I have one of my other bottles of Cola Champagne. I got 2 bottles of Cola Champagne and a bottle of guava soda, which I had not seen before. So I was just like, oh, I love interesting flavored sodas as long as they're sweetened. Unsweetened sodas or unsweetened beverages in general, not really a fan. So that was nice. And what else did we get? We got like just, and we got fun fruit. So we got, let's see, we got dragon fruit, and we got star fruit, and we got a pepino melon, and we did not get pomegranate because we've been able to get that down here. Oh, and we got a cactus pear. And so we've been going through those and trying those since we got home. We actually got we got the fruit on the way back, and that was where I got my second bottle of Cola Champagne. The first time I was just like, or I got the Cola Champagne and the guava. I was like, okay, so now I'm getting some extra. And so this is my last Pennsylvania treat. One of the other things that we got was shoe fly pie, which is sort of, not native. It's pie, it's not native, but it's something that is particular to the region. And I just finished off my last piece from the fridge today. So this is it. So yeah, I definitely miss the food. I love food. All right, so next, more news from around the world. The rescue rats. So there are trained rescue rats, and they've been outfitted with this little rat backpack, and they go through places where like a building has collapsed, and they're looking for survivors. And so the article because I've seen actually a couple articles about this, but I couldn't find the one that I was looking for. The article that I found that I'll have linked in the description after this talks about their backpacks, and they go through and they find survivors. But what one of the other articles that I found said is that the rats are also trained to push a little button, and it activates a speaker and a microphone so that you can actually talk to the people who are outside looking to see and find out, what kind of help you need, and, just know that you're alive. So if you've seen the movie Up, it's kind of like that. You have this little rat that comes up to you, and you hear snuff, 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 and little scritchings, and then this little rat shows up, and he's got a little rat backpack on, and then he presses a button on his tummy, and you hear, "Hi, this is Dr. Jones," and you're just like, what? But it's not the rat who's Dr. Jones. The rat has not actually been given a doctorate. It is the scientist out that's talking through the microphone on the rat's tummy. And I just think that's absolutely hilarious and amazing. And rats are cool. They're so smart. They're amazing animals, and yay for rescues. So, okie dokie. More news from the travels. We went to a place called Cats in Bloom. This was a cat cafe in Bloomsburg, which, interestingly enough, is the only town in Pennsylvania. Now, you may be thinking, there's like a lot of people who live there, but we have things like villages and boroughs and cities. Bloomsburg is the only residential area that has the exact correct population to be officially a town. I think it also has to do with square mileage as well. I don't know. So anyway, I have some pictures from that. Let's find those. Boop, doop, doop. So yeah, my husband and my daughter and I went to Cats in Bloom. So now I'm going to click over here to pictures. There we go. That's me. This little guy. Oh my goodness. So all of these cats are available for adoption, or most of these cats are available for adoption. Some have already been, somebody called dibs on them. This guy, I have no idea. He must have just gotten there or something. I don't know. He's incredibly well socialized, and nobody had called dibs. He was just the friendliest little dude. Like, we're not allowed to pick them up. You're not supposed to pick the cats up, and I didn't. He just crawled up onto my lap. He's like, hello. And he just got all the scritchies. And not just me either. He decided that he was going to investigate my husband, give little sniffles and check out the beard, and my daughter, who just told him all the things. He was just the sweetest guy. And you can see up there, can you see is it there? Yeah, it is. Okay. You can see up here, we have a little snoozer. Little snoozer. So soft. It was so nice. And you can see my purple sneakers here. My clown shoes. And then, yeah, so many cats. So, of course, there's the two that we're giving belly scritchies to. This little one in the middle, total baked potato. Just like the whole time. Just snoozing. Just like out cold, and would like pull itself closer. And then this one was just like, yes, belly rubs. Belly rubs. And then we have up here, we have the little dude who liked to explore. He actually, you can see the blanket that was on that little love seat there. He decided that he wanted to go underneath and behind and go exploring there. So he like took that down. And then over here, we got a little orange cat that's right up in the corner. And you can kind of see there's somebody down there. There were like 7 or 8 cats in this one small room. So it was kind of stinky, but at the same time, very fluffy and very friendly. Oh, cats. So many cats. It was absolutely delightful. So that was a lovely afternoon. Very, very chill, very relaxing. There is a cat cafe. There's at least one. There's one here in St. Elmo. One of the things we liked about this one, Cats in Bloom, is that they had doors. So the cats were in a room. So they weren't just sort of like wandering all through. And it really encouraged them to hang out more than just blah, 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 like doing figure eights. So you got to be like, oh, look at the cats. You could just pet them. It was very chill. So George is an amazing cat. And I've talked to a couple people. They said, I couldn't do that. How do you not have like 17 cats in your house now? And I'm just like, well, I mean, we went there on like Saturday. I think it might even have been Friday. And we weren't coming home till Monday. So we didn't have any place to put them. I guess we could have put them on hold and then come down. But I was like, when you've got a new cat that doesn't know you real well, I wouldn't want to put it through a 12-hour drive. No, thank you. So next, we went to Knoebels Grove. Now, I don't know if you've been there, but Knoebels Grove is billed as the largest free entry amusement park in America, I think. So yeah, you can go, and there's no charge to go in. You have to pay for tickets to go on the rides, and so you have to buy your ticket books, and then you use the tickets to go on the rides. So you just pay for the rides. They do sometimes have, you can get like a wristband and you can just, ride all you want if you purchase the wristband. But A, we don't want to do that. And B, it wasn't an option the day that we went anyway, so it didn't really matter. So yeah, we got to purchase tickets and we only rode a few rides, which, makes sense because we weren't there all day. We were just there for a few hours. I think we got there, they were open 12 to 8 last Sunday. And wow, gosh, it was just last Sunday. Holy smokes. So we rode the carousel. This is my favorite carousel, you guys. And so, yeah, I've got pictures for this as well. Let me go back to my pictures. Why is there a red dot? Oh, I guess because I'm recording. I was like, why does OBS have a red dot? I was a little bit worried. But then I wasn't worried because I was scroll. Because I'm recording. That's why the red dot's there. It's not like warning. I guess it is warning you that you're recording. It's doing something. All right. So let me pull up the pictures here. And then go over here on OBS and click on pictures so you can see. Yay. So they have various markers around where they mark the levels of the floods. So you can see up here, my daughter would have been okay at least at this part in the 2004 flood, but the 2006 flood, that would not have been okay. And then 2011 was pretty bad, but 1972 is still the big one. And we went and we rode. Why am I getting two of them? I don't want that. I just want one. There we go. We rode the carousel. I do not know who that, I do not know who that dude is. This is while we were in line and I wanted to show what the carousel looked like. However, when we got on, I also went back and you can kind of see when you look through. So you can see one of the ride workers over here. It's a long day. And you can see back here, can you see where my cursor is going? There's a lion. There's a lion back there. And then over here, you can see another carousel worker. I don't know how big it is for you guys. So you can see that guy there. And in front of him, that's actually an arm. This is one of the few carousels that they have an arm that comes out and it dispenses iron rings. And so if you can kind of see this white thing. This is one of the horses. These two black horses will go up and down, but then the horses on the outside will stay still. So if you're on the outer ring, you can reach out and try to get the iron rings. They let the carousel get up to speed and then they'll ring the bell and you hear the arm go out and then you can try to get rings. And so the first time we went on, this was the first ride that we did that day, and I got an outer horse because, of course, why are you not going to try to get rings? And my daughter got one of the inner horses because she wanted an uppy-downy one. But then we went on the roller coaster, which is the Phoenix, which is one of the best wooden roller coasters in the world. It's smooth and fast and not easy ride, and it's got great hang time. And when I got in it, I remembered that it had good hang time, but I'd forgotten how good it was because when the lap bar came down, you've got like 6 inches between your lap and the bar. And I was like, oh yeah. So I'm just like letting go and you hold on with your ankles, like you push forward so that you're pushed back in the seat. And like you are coming up out of your seat. You're just flying. It's amazing. And then after we got done with that, we didn't have a whole lot of tickets left. I was like, we can get more tickets. Like, I think we'd spent like $20 total at that point. And we also got lunch there, which I'll show you in just a minute because Pennsylvania lunch. But I was like, we can get more tickets. And of course, like, no, I'm good. But we had just enough. We had $5.25 in tickets. And the carousel is, as you can see right here, the carousel is $2.50 per ride. So I was like, okay, so who's going to ride? And my husband's like, why don't you and Cora go? And I was like, okay. And he got video of us that last time. And so I also want to show you this, which is, you can see which finger is my ring grabbing finger there because all the others, this one's actually gotten a little bit beat up. The others still have most of their nail polish on. This one not only does not have most of its nail polish, but actually like it's ripped here. Now I didn't rip it getting the rings, but actually I split it down. And so I very carefully like peeled it so that I wouldn't like tear off at the quick, but it split all the way down to the quick. I was like, okay, let's be really careful with this. So yeah, I battered my poor index finger. I've since taken off my nail polish. But on the other hand, it was worth it because I don't know if you can tell, but notice this ring is not steel. I got the brass ring, you guys. It was like I was just over the moon. I've lived up in central Pennsylvania for, most of my life. Well, maybe not anymore. I would have to math it out. I lived up in central Pennsylvania for growing up into my young adulthood. And, I'd been to Knoebels, a fair amount, not like all the time. But this was the first time I ever got the brass ring. And I was just over the moon. And it was, yes, I'll tell Cora that you said that, her Triforce shirt. It's one of her favorites. And yeah, I would just, the brass ring is one of the first ones that they drop that into, the queue early. And then somebody jumps on and is like, okay, tell me your name and where you're from. And then they announce it and you get ride coupons and you get a free ride on the carousel. So I got an extra ride. And, but then I asked them, like, look, can I, when the ride's over, can I get a picture with the ring? They're like, okay, sure. So I got a picture with the ring. And because my husband wasn't riding that time, he got video of me sort of getting the ring. You can kind of see, like, I'm not going to show it to you because I don't know how to set that up. But you can see my hand, like you see me grab for it, and then you see my hand go like this. And like the next 3 times that I go around, I like try to get a ring and I miss it because I'm so off my game because I got the brass ring. It was so exciting, you guys. And it's silly because there's a brass ring every time on the carousel. And the ride's only like 3 minutes long. So, I mean, there's going to be hundreds of carousel rides every day. But it was just so special, you guys. And that time Cora sat on the outside and like the first 3 or 4 times she like reached for it and she didn't get the ring. But she got the hang of it and she started getting the rings too. So it was just really, really nice. And I also want to show, they also had a carousel museum and I got so many pictures. They have all kinds there. You can see the menagerie animals here, but they have all kinds of old carousel horses. And it was just really nice to go through there. Oh, and I got this guy too. So I haven't decided. I recently got a jean jacket. So I think I'm going to put him like maybe on the sleeve. I haven't really decided what I want to do with him yet. So I haven't figured that out yet. But I got him, and that's this guy here, this lion. And then we stopped for lunch, and it was just, you guys, living in the South. And I think most of the country thinks this way too. Like chicken and waffles is like fried chicken and waffles and like maple syrup. But in Pennsylvania, it's like roasted, like slow cooked chicken and waffles and chicken gravy. And chicken with a little bit of spice in the breading, like fried chicken, goes really, really well with like maple syrup or honey. It's nice. You get a sweet and spicy thing, but like this is the food of my people. And then also up here, I don't know if you can see it. As the side, I got stuffing. Not dressing, mind you, stuffing. Like made with bread, not corn, not ground corn. It's just not remotely the same. And the bread stuffing, it's so much better. The sage and the fenugreek and the thyme, it's so much richer. And it's just, yeah, cornbread dressing, it's not bad. I still like it, but it was so good. I ate myself absolutely stupid. And I wanted to share one last picture with you, since I think this is number 6. We got back and the sun was setting. The picture doesn't do it justice. The colors were so vibrant, and you can see the mist in the hills in the different distance, and the lush green, the different shades of green in the trees. I've always loved that. And it was the end of a really beautiful day. And we'd spent it with family, and we'd spent it together with like close family and more extended family. It was really nice. And I am so grateful that I have a family that I look forward to seeing, that I don't get to see all the time, but when I have the opportunity, that I look forward to spending time with them. I know not everybody has that, and I think a lot of people have, some people in their family that they don't get along with, and I really can't think of anybody that's the case in my family. We don't always agree, but we're really good about talking to each other and looking to communicate effectively, and I think that really helps. Phew. So I have not been looking to the chat, guys. I've just been sort of talking about this and just sort of living there in my memories. It wasn't a long trip. It wasn't as long as when we went to Disney this, last month, but it was little. It was little, and it was family, and it was fun. It was nice. I really enjoyed it. But as it happens, I have a bonus detail. So, I talked to Steve, who's in the chat. One of the books that I read on the way home is called All Systems Red. And I really enjoyed it. It was really good. And it was really short. And it's like science fiction. And it's got robots and spaceships. And I was like, is this kind of, and they're exploring, they're on an away mission. I was like, it's kind of Star Trek-y. And so I asked her, like, do you think we could do this for Read Away? We could probably knock it out in 3 sessions, and it wouldn't be a whole lot of reading, like 50 pages each. And so he announced that last night on his live stream. And so I wanted to share that as well, even though I think all of you guys are there. And I'm going to go back over here to, whoops, there we go. And I think I do. There we go. So Read Away. We'll be discussing All Systems Red by Martha Wells. And so we're going to do the first 3, I'll go over here, the first 3 chapters next Friday at 6 p.m. So, don't feel, we would love to see you there and just talk about what's going on in the book. Don't feel like you have to read it. The characters and the story I'm sure will give you enough detail and just in our conversation that you can pipe in, make connections to other things, to Star Trek episodes that I probably haven't seen, and we'll give you the details that you need to enjoy the conversation. So I hope that you'll be able to participate with that. I am going to, is it this one? Nope, that's not the right one. I'm just going to leave that up there. And I'm going to go over here, and hopefully I can, okay, scroll way up. So, Martha, yeah, everybody's named Martha. Were we just talking about that last night? So I would love to know which picture you think I should include for my thumbnail. And then while y'all are kind of thinking about that, I'm going to go bloop, 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 scrolly. Oh, Andrew, you've emailed me the cat. Hey, Azalea, I'm so glad that you're here. No, Radical Bacon, not Moxie. I've had Moxie, but I don't think it's not something that I remember from growing up. This actually it's not a Pennsylvania soda, but it's one that I remember from when I was younger. I'll share that, I'm sure, another time. Dun 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 dun, scrolly. And Caitlin, I'm so glad that you're here too. Cats. Caitlin, merry-go-rounds are nice, but and this carousel also has the pipe organ. They also have a number of pipe organs around the park, so it's pretty neat. Yes, I grabbed the brass ring, Steve. Caitlin, I think in general, ring finger and pinky nail polish lasts longer because we don't use those fingers as much. These are the fingers that get more action. They are also the ones, my index finger and my thumb are the ones that when I paint them, they're the ones that I smudge or get prints or something on. I smear it and it's blah. Andrew, I don't know, man. Purple's the best color. Which one would I skip? I would probably skip green, to be honest. Caitlin, I see you say, I guess it's more productive to say, I think it'd be cool for you to try that next time, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to try next time. Blip, 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 blip. Steve, are you yelling at Radical Bacon? Okay, so I think I've looked at everything on the chat. And we're talking about, yeah, Caitlin, I have, well, I think they're supposed to be thigh-high socks, but, on me, they're like just up to the knees. So yeah, they're striped. But I don't think they're actually pride socks. They're just rainbow because it's not actually the typical pride colors. I think there's turquoise in there, which I don't think is a pride color. I haven't looked at them in a little bit off the top of my head. That's okay, Caitlin. I don't mind at all. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. Ah, yeah. Hey, there you go. Okay, so any ideas? Let me take a look over here. I think I can just pull it up and not have it heck up everything if I just pull it there. So the ones that go sideways are the read-away one, which I'm not going to use as my thumbnail because that's going to be confusing. But let's see. I've got the chicken and waffles pic, and I've got the carousel museum picture is sideways, and I've got some dude riding the carousel is a sideways picture. Can we scroll? Go that way. And I've got my sunset picture, and I've got my family picture, and I've got a picture of us squishing kitty bellies. And I think those are all, and skipping stones. So what do you think? Skipping stones and then the river picture. So what do you think? Which one should I? Really, Caitlin? Okay, because I think what I'm thinking of is the more recent flag that has like the main pride colors and the chevrons. I have not had a chance to look at the kitty, Andrew, yet, but I would feel disingenuous about putting that as the thumbnail because then somebody might come to the video afterwards and they weren't here in the chat and they'd be like, oh, look at that kitty. This is going to be a video that features that kitty. And then the kitty would not be in the video. And I would feel dishonest because I am not including that picture. That would be wrong. So, anybody else have anything else? Or tell me about the lovely things that have been happening in your lives. Except Steve. You don't have to tell me because, I mean, we talked earlier today. So, I know you're looking forward to talking about your next movie with Jason. Supports our CMY printer buddies. There's the printer color pictures. Well, I hope things have been, you've had good things happening in your lives. Dun, 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 dun. I think a lot of like mass-produced items, especially clothes, are produced in China, or maybe they just assume that like kids like funky socks, but grown-ups don't, which is absolutely. Oh, speaking of socks, my dad came by. My mom and dad came by, and while we were up there, I think it was when we came down to the hotel breakfast, and those of us who did not live in the area, we all stayed in the same hotel. So we got breakfast at the same time in the morning so we could, hang out. And we'd all go down, well, not all of us, but several of us would go down just like in socks and pajamas because I'm not going to see any of these people ever again. So Jamie as it is. Woo! And I noticed that my dad was wearing socks that had stitching in it. I'm like, did you darn those? And he's like, what? So I explained, like, socks, did you darn this? And he said, yeah, he had done it himself. I was like, really? I was like, because I have one of my favorite pair of socks. I have a hole in the toe now, and I've just been wearing it and trying to get the hole so it goes in between my big toe and the next toe so that I don't make it worse. I was like, do you think you do it? So I gave him the sock, and he just brought me I put it away. It is now in my sock drawer. But he fixed my sock. Yay! And that was like one of my favorite pairs. They're so soft. So he said, I'm sorry, I don't know how long it may not last all long. I'm like, it's better than not. So, yay. Sure, Steve. Snitch. Snitch. You're a snitch if you do that. Azalea, that's fantastic. First time producing an album. What style of, can you tell us anything about it? Like, about like, are you just performing? Did you help write lyrics or melody or anything? That is really neat. Kayla, that is very true. I think I've gotten some from Sock Dreams, but sometimes it's hard because like they say it on the package, but then I don't keep the package, or I forget which package went with which socks. So. I'm glad that you volunteer for the wards. I volunteer at the library, which I think has use, but I almost said scrub off, but I don't really scrub them. I gently wipe the grime off of the old books. They're super old. Some of them aren't all that old, but some of them are. Dun. Radical Bacon, I absolutely agree. There needs to be a live stream of Steve and Jason meeting for the first time. Maybe I'll go and just film it. Actually, probably not. I won't go, but somebody should. They should hire a videographer. Because they're both rolling in so much money. Like we all are. So, Azalea, what do you do in the band? Do you play? Do you sing? Are you on the bass or the drums? Actually, you know what? Where did my... Extraordinarily longer range. Sock. I'm writing this down. And then I'll look it up, and hopefully, like, when I actually look at the socks, I'll be able to tell. Purple pen. Purple's the best color. Steve, it's about sharing with our friends. Wolfie, I'm so glad to hear that. I hope that the next person to hold that office does an actually good job. Not just better than, like, not good, but, actually good. Makes positive changes and listens to the populace. Sweet. Andrew, I think that needs to be like a patron request. Steve Shives dance video. That needs to be, and we need to get together and suggest that. Yay! Yes, please. And actually, Azalea, if I can figure out how to do it, I'll put that in the description. Hopefully, if you'll put that in the chat, I'll put it in the description. And then we can all head out. It's quarter of, so we can use the last little bit of this hour to listen to Azalea's songs. I think that sounds great. I mean, post-ska sounds, a lot of modern alternative is sort of post-ska, very much influenced by the late 90s and early 2000s. It's not here, Steve, because this isn't your channel. Manager, and I'm sure you could also talk to the producer as well, Andrew. Oh gosh. I've had stockings that are supposed to go like all the way up to your hips. They don't. They don't. People assume that if you know what? Honestly, what do drag queens do? Do they just not wear like super high stockings? I would think that that would be a thing. Maybe they get them special ordered. I don't know. I think isn't madness still a thing? I don't know. All right. Well, let's see. I have shot the Miss Marvel episode 5 review, so no spoilers yet, but there will be spoilers in the video. I think, hopefully, Steve, I'm not too tall, I'm just very tall. In some ways, it's delightful, and in other ways, it creates challenges. Yeah, but Caitlin, I mean, stockings are kind of difficult. Like, I don't know. Maybe if you like cut them off of pantyhose, it's not the same though. Not at all the same. So where was I? Miss Marvel. So I'm gonna try to get that out on Tuesday. Fingers crossed. I also just kind of quickly put together a video about clear the list, and I'm gonna try to make one about how to create a teacher wish list and how to think about what your classroom needs. Even though I don't think any, not really applies, but it fits in with my channel. And oh, Andrew, man, I could definitely talk about Galaxy Quest. I don't know. It feels like it would be kind of redundant, though. I mean, everybody knows Galaxy Quest, right? Right? I don't know. I'll think about it, though. Caitlin, I don't know if Madness was ever truly mainstream. They were popular, but even so, I don't think that counts as mainstream just because, a lot of people know you. So, Tuesday, hopefully, Miss Marvel review. Next Wednesday, of course, Steve and I will be watching something. I think we watched Hilda on Wednesday. So it's going to be DS9. So we're probably watching some Star Trek stuff. That's right, because we talked about Star Trek, but we didn't watch Star Trek. Andrew, I don't know. I think you've seen it. It's not like super, super new. It would have come out on Tuesday because Miss Marvel comes out on Wednesday. Deep Space Nine. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, it's Defiant. Don't know what that means. Hopefully you do. And then, so that's Wednesday. And then, of course, next Friday is going to be Readaway. And then I have a video scheduled for Saturday. And it's going to be Steve and me on this channel. And we're talking about the first episode of The Obi-Wan Kenobi Show. Da 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 da. Andrew, just take a breath, man. Take a breath. All right, Caitlin, I will. Azalea, I did not see it. If you will, you can email it to me at danacoldares@gmail.com. I'll put that in there. Oh, wow, it like highlighted my name there. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so yeah, you can email it to me there, or I'm also on Twitter with on Twitter. You can send me the link, and I will, it's not showing up in the chat, but that's okay. I will put it on the description. You can get it to me one of those ways, or whatever. Thinking. So yeah, gosh, I got a bunch of stuff coming up next week. Not all of it's on this channel, but it's gonna be fun to do. Woohoo! I think that's everything. I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks, everybody. Don't forget to include some of the lovely things that you are experiencing in your life in the comments. And I really just want to encourage you to look for, notice, and take the time to just pause in your life and appreciate the good things. Because, I mean, God, especially lately, we've just gotten inundated with not good things. And it's easy to dwell on those, and we need to not ignore them so that, hopefully we can deal with them and make them better. But we also need to take time to appreciate and enjoy the good things in life, the things that bring us joy. So I hope over, the next days and weeks, you find things that bring you joy and you let me know about them. So that's it for tonight, everybody. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.